which of the winds and winners leans on a twisted, bird-headed staff? A monstrous, emaciated fae, it wanders mountain, heights and craggy highland moors, reveling in appetites and agonies of frost and famine. The blue hag's gaunt, yet towering frame is draped in rough, woolen shawls and tattered plaids. Its frost-bitten skin is the frozen blue off-droned men under the ice, and its single, milky eye glares balefully through a tangle of frost-white hair. Northern nomad, often at odds with the Snow Queen and other fae, lords and ladies of the north, the Kaiichbara makes no lair, but instead, hungrily prowls lonely highlands and forbidding ghostlies, withering fields, murdering travelers, and devouring cattle, followed always by the two monstrous herons Syak, Frost and Gorda Famine. The blue hag wanders the wilderness, smiting the earth with her staff, summoning tempests, blizzards, and pestilences, and hardening the land with frost. Seasonal gifts, from winter's eve All Hallows to the spring equinox, the Kaiichbara's icy tyranny reigns. Unchecked in the wilder fringelands were other, grave fae care little to tread, but by the first frost melt, the blue hag must locate a sacred holly tree under which to secretly transform itself into a stone, and there be safely wait out the summer. Winter gales usurped. Some lesser hags are said to be offspring, fosterlings of the Kaiichbara. These are the kidnapped children and changelings, delivered to cults and covens that revere Theblu hag. They're to be reared into witches, hags, or worse. Northern lore claims that if any of these is daring, or cunning enough to discover the hidden magic stone before All Hallows and swallow it, they'd absorb and assume the blue hag's form and nature, usurping its powers and position. One day, that was a lad named Jack. The land wealth was a mysterious lad. He used to make people mad. He used to prank people and knock down stuff. The one day, he heard of an old wizard man. He wanted the old wizard man to teach him black magic, so he did, and he put a curse on the village and made elderly, young sick, and he will go around the land and making people sick and putting a plague on them. They remember the old west days of that man who double cross a man named John and got his coming. It was sort of like him, but it was different. Old Jack will double cross the wrong person. It will be a gang of Isher Comfer known as the Vinlanders. Well, he tried to put a spell on their leader Bobby, but it did not work, so he ran. But they chased him, so they sent their dogs after him. I chased him into the Canadian Pine Barrens, but when nightfall they heard him scream. They saw blood on the snow, but when they saw it, it was a Luguru. He ate Jack alive, and they shot at the Luguru and it ran back in the forest. So, to the story, do not be mean and do not do black magic or trust old wizard man, only the good ones. Curse and haunting of glamour was he killed by evil spirits. This spring.
Wait, back in America's early history, back in the good old days, there was a man. He was a pirate. He was a mighty good fella. His name was Shay Cormac. Lonely day he was on his ship going somewhere, and then he found a part of the far north. He said he was going to explore that place to find treasure he heard about from Nordic Bronze Age, even some from the Anglo-Saxon era. Well, he found an old tomb. He went inside, went deep in fear, and he awakened the undead. They chased him, but he took out his sword and he cut them to pieces, and he took out his pistol and he shot most of them. But when he got deeper in the tomb, he found an evil king. It was an undead king. He lived under the black sun. He has heard about this undead creature from his grandmother back in old America. Well, he shot at the creature. The bullet reflects off of him, so we heard about he had to find some kind of egg. That's how to kill the king. So she went and found this egg and he destroyed it. But it was guarded by a dog and a chicken, so heckled the dog and chicken. And he smashed the egg, and the undead king was weekend, so he went back to that place and he got his men ready. And they charged in that place and they killed a bunch of them. And then he killed the evil king and destroyed him.